It's time for the Confidence Cultivator, where every week we explore ways to help you harness your communication superpower so you can increase your impact, gain influence, and build your career. To dig into this week's topic, here's Don King. And a good morning, or wherever you are, afternoon, evening, whatever it might be. Welcome to this week's edition of the Confidence Cultivator. I got started with this idea of confidence cultivation for a number of reasons. I've noticed that in terms of business, people's lack of confidence will hold them back, which means that the world is not benefiting from what they have to offer. Now, there's really two kinds of confidence problems that can crop up here. Impostor syndrome is very common, and that's something that holds you back from really serving the people who need what you have to offer. There's also this thing that's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which basically means people who think they're a lot better than they actually are. I would consider that to be false confidence. And so when you can develop a realistic sense of confidence that you know what you know, and you know that you can serve somebody, in that case, it's almost selfish when you let stage fright or something like that stop you from making your offer. And so, as we're talking about communication confidence, it comes in that context. Now, I think that this has certainly increased since the pandemic came along. Number of reasons for that. The world is a scary place, at least it can be, depending on how you look at it. There's also, I think we've all heard of this thing called the Great Resignation. Better term for it is probably the Great Realignment, as people align their lives with their values. That is what's important to them. We know that a lot of people changed jobs. What you may not be able to tell from the figures is that a lot of people left their job and started a small business. Don't have the figures right in front of me, but I saw just recently that has been a record number of new business licenses applied for since the pandemic came along. What we see in that situation is that people who are really good at whatever it is that they do, but they may not feel confident in being able to find their public, in getting their information out there. For instance, one of the simplest things that you can do to make people aware that you even exist is to speak to community groups. It doesn't cost you anything, takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of skill, but not as much as you might think. And yet people let that fear of what will they think. I'm not sure I know how to say the right thing. Maybe I don't really know all that much. Maybe my offering is not worth what I need for it to be in order for me to make a living at it. If this describes you, then this is something that we can help you with. Communication confidence doesn't come from simply talking yourself into it. It comes from developing effective content, effective organization for the ear, and effective delivery. When you can do that, then you can take care of one of the most basic aspects of doing business. We like to buy from people that we know, like, and trust. Whatever it is that let's just put you in the buyer's seat right now, whatever it is that you want to buy, there probably are a lot of different people out there who provide it. It's not that it's so much a commodity, but you have a lot of choices. So you wind up doing business with people that you know, like, and trust. Now, I know we hear that all the time in business. And yet, how to establish that, that's a matter of skill. The nice thing about skill is that you can develop it. So let me make an offer to you. It may be simplest for you to drop me an email. And if so, drop an email to me at don@donaldking.com. You might want to connect on LinkedIn. We got those things up here in the corner, but here's an easier way to see it. You can find me on LinkedIn like this. Reach out and connect. But I would also offer you a free 15-minute consultation. It's really easy to get on my calendar. Just find an opening. The software will offer you three possible picks of time. Doesn't even have to all be on the same day. Find a time that works for you. If I can fit it into my schedule, we can have a conversation and just see what it is that you need in order to get your impact out there in the world. I'm Don King, and I look forward to talking to you. We'll see you next week.